Here we go. Just get my tea. Keep warm. It's a great herbal mix, this. Yeah, daily. As I study it more in relation to what's in there, it's very interesting. It's all about the lungs, you know. Oh, this is day 18, by the way. Radical Jack here. I love those kinds of synchronicities, like I said before, of how this all landed in my my larder, if you like. But what can I say today? Quite a few things have come up for me. I was really groggy. My eyesight was feeling like a lot less. Like I wondered about that. Maybe the amount of time I was spending watching the YouTube. Sometimes watching things on the phone. I'm making a point now of definitely cutting down on those things. And rightfully so. If I want to watch something for 2 hours, then I think about I'd rather practice my guitar for 2 hours. So there's a transition going on here, in relation to creativity. My niece pulled out a picture today and said, "Oh wow, did you do this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, of course. That's another thing I want to do. I want to draw. I want to see, can I replenish in some way this well, not even replenish it, because it's not like something I've done before relentlessly or anything like that, but to at least reignite something that where somewhere along the line a couple of people, or two or three, have said, you have a gift, man, in art, and you should paint, you should draw, this is good stuff that you've churned out so far. So I want to work on that. The idea, of course, is ultimately to be able to be self-sustainable through the arts, so I don't have to go breaking my back laboring, and doing landscaping in the freezing cold, or whatever the case may be. I'm heading for 50. I've broke my back enough. Not nearly as much as most people that I know. But at the end of the day, I'm making choices here. I'm making choices here in relation to what's good for me. I'm not afraid of a day's work, and I don't mind, but I'd like to at least conserve my energy, for those moments in time where, I'm digging my own garden, or I'm helping an elderly person, or somebody who's, in need or something, And in that way, that transference would be where I get my exercise from, and it's not taking anything from my energy, or, I'm feeling resentful because I'm having to work for the money, to pay the rent, the bills for a house that I can't stay in, or spend much time in, So these are my thoughts. These are the way I think, And so, I've been really groggy, and I'm forgetting sometimes that, like yesterday, I was like, well, I couldn't get words out, It's like it's on the tip of my tongue, and it's like I'm going through a process here, I need to, remember that sometimes, because it's I'm withdrawing from a lot of things: sugar, alcohol, tobacco, and various processed food. Meat, I haven't had meat for like a few weeks. So there's going to be things happening to me, and I'm going to go through a transition, and I'm being reminded of this. Like, of course, there's all sorts that comes up. You can get angsty, you're irritated. I got really annoyed, a couple of times with this cat, and I could see. I was like, wow, where did that come from? So there's things will test me, and so on, and it's natural, So and so if you're doing this kind of thing, just to watch out for this, because it's sometimes you just don't see it happening, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah. I'm in the full swing of it. There's moments where I think, oh God, I'd like to eat something, or I drive by a takeaway or something, and I'm like, oh, pizza, or whatever it is, and it's not like that. I really do those things very much anyway. I don't have a a tremendous appetite for takeaway food anymore, you know. But you know, I have my moments, you know, where I may be tired or lazy or whatever the case may be. So, but you know, ultimately, it's I'm out to up the ante in that kind of behavior, you know, where you know I at least let my hair down when you know it's a good pizza house, or it's a you know, like one of these mass produced kind of you know, whatever they're called. I don't even know the names, you know, Apache or you know, Domingos or you know, whatever, Pizza Hut. So you know, and I prefer to spend my money in a kind of, you know, a artisan place, you know, where someone is at least trying, you know, it's a business, it's something they love, you know. You know, I just don't see the point in you know, if you're a publican, you know, be a publican, you know, you like to run a bar, you like to social, you know, you like a drink, whatever. But too many businesses today are you know, they're just managed by people. You know, people just, they have shops, you know, just for people to work in, you know. And so I don't know about this, you know. It's like I believe in one aspect of, you know, it's great that there's somebody out there that created employment for people, you know, in need of a job, you know, for whatever the case may be. But make them part of the business, make it cooperative, you know. We need to change our whole mindset, you know. There's people out there making waves, you know. A Turkish guy, you know, who owned a yogurt business, you know, and you know, he was up in his 500 million or whatever, you know, and he decided to give back to his 2,000 staff, you know, and gave them all a big extra bonus paycheck, shares in the business, you know. That's the way forward, you know. You know, without them, he's nothing, you know. So it works both ways, and there's too many people just keep getting greedier and greedier, and the people at the top are the only ones making the money. So, you know, sharing the wealth is the right thing to do, you know, in that sense, because having more money doesn't make you happy. It certainly doesn't. You know, you end up buying a whole wardrobe of clothes that you never get a chance to wear. What's the point? You know, or changing a cooker that doesn't need to be changed, or you know, speakers or a new stereo, whatever. You know, and meanwhile you're treating your staff like shit. You know, I mean, that's not right. You know, we have to look at this. You know. And you know, greed is in all of us, you know, in one sense, you know, and it's you know, we need to keep tabs on it, you know. So you know, I don't know, lots of stuff come up for me now over the last few days. You know, I had a shower and a shave. A shave for me is a ritual, you know. I sometimes wish, yeah, I'd grow a beard, you know, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. This is something that I do, and it's a ritual for me, you know. It makes me feel good, you know. And the shower, I had a shower. You know, I had a bath last week. I had a shower this week, so it's been a few days. And you know, when I had the bath, I was in someone else's house. I didn't go looking at myself in the mirror, so I haven't seen myself for 2 weeks. There's no doubt about it. I've lost weight. You know, I've been packing myself up with lots of clothes because it's been cold, you know, but no doubt I've lost weight. So, you know, I was a bit shocked. I said, no, it's not possible. A stone in 18 days, 17 days. But yeah, apparently I have, you know, I can see it. I can see the difference, you know. So it's a bonus for anybody that's out there to lose weight, you know, just get on that one meal a day and cut out the meat and just go on a vegan diet, you know. And you know, just it's hard, but it's going to do you wonders, you know. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, because there's moments now when I talk about it, I have memory. I remember. I have memory around, you know, what happened to me before when I came out of something after 88 days, or even a 10-day fast, or a 10-day just brown rice fast, or whatever. You know, I remember going through the process, and sometimes I forget it, and I'm in that, you know. And I was feeling really groggy today, and like, you know, I couldn't get my head around some things, you know. And so, boom, had a shower, and wow, it just washed it all away. So there's the power of water as well, you know. And obviously, you know, like talking to my mom there, you know, she don't really go out in the sun, you know, it's not her thing, you know, and that's fine, but I've got to have sun, you know. And when that sun comes out, especially in a country like Ireland or the British Isles, we don't get a lot of good summers necessarily, but wow, we need sun. We need that sun. We need to be available to take advantage of that at all times, you know, when it's there. I have a lot of memory of last year, nearly all the time I was driving or having to do something. You know, the sun was shining outside, and I couldn't. You know, I don't want to be in that position. I want to be in that position. If the sun shines, I'm out in it. I can enjoy it. I can maybe do gardening, do stuff. You know, free two birds with one stone. But you know, and this is how controlled our lives are by the clock and the job and you know the bills that we're a slave to. You know, the mortgage. And so you know how to free ourselves up from this. You know, this is just the beginning. You know, this is going to be radical, Jack. You know, in relation to, you know, we are ordinary people. You know, in an extraordinary, complicated system now. You know, and how to get back to that ordinary. You know, that simplicity of the bare necessities. I think is really important. You know, what waves we can make towards that. You know, how can we change, you know, those, how can we make those steps towards this, you know? And I wrote something in a comment to one of my other vids where I thought one of the first steps is honesty. You know, honesty with ourselves first, you know, and foremost, you know, honesty with our partners, with our children, honesty with the truth of what's actually truly happening to us, you know. And you know, can you afford to break away from your job? Can you afford to stop driving 3 hours a day to that job? Can you afford, you know, check out my poem on Facebook, you know, I Am Snow. You know, that's what I put in there, you know, that's what came through. In relation to that moment where, you know, suddenly I was annoyed in myself, or disappointed more than anything else, to break the flow of the 88-day climb, you know, and I've been stuck. I got up to Ishnok last night. You know, I was able to drive there, but there's no way I can drive to Lough Crew. And you know, I'm all right with it. You know, I'm cool, but you know, it's that thing at the end where I'm like, you know, I did 88 days non-stop up that hill. You know, and it's cool. I'm all right with it. I'm like, I'm you know, it's there's a break in it, you know, and it's fine. But you know, there's a little bit of disappointment at first, you know, and so. I mean, you know, in relation to the things that we're tied to, though, you know, the things that we're married to, you know, and you know, this kind of thing that, you know, it feels soulless to us, you know, if it's a job in an office or whatever, you know, it's like, ask yourself that question: can you break away from it? You know, can you be radical enough to kind of go, you know what, you know, if I can afford a year. You know, the rent can be paid, and have enough food, and how can I make that change? You know, what am I interested in? You know, is there something holistic I could tap into? Could I learn reflexology or massage or something that, you know, I could pay my mortgage with, some other thing that, you know, am I a good artist? You know, oh, wow, I haven't played music, wouldn't I? You know, what can I do? You know, that could make that leap. You know. You know, because you can do it. I understand if you can. I understand how hard it is for us. You know. I don't want to be a hypocrite and sound like a, you know, like I've got some kind of magic wand and that it's all so easy, because I know it's not. You know, I've been called like all sorts of things. You know, like oh, you're just a dreamer. You know, and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm a dreamer, all right. You know, but I'm making my dreams a reality. You know. And a lot of that time was, you know, it's like I'm living in a dream world, you know. To some people, it's like, well, you know, like get reality into you, you know, that kind of stuff. And, you know, I got caught up with that for many years. And it's like, you know, it destroyed me for a while, you know, because it's like, no, actually, you know, no one has to do some of the things that we are forced to do, you know, through this, you know, system of dogma and conditioning, you know, in relation to, you know, these kinds of drives that we have, you know, in our career and stuff. And literally sitting in traffic like 3-4 hours a day. I mean, crikey, man. My heart goes out to people that have to do that, you know, the M50 or the, you know, the motorway or this never-ending kind of like, you know, tick tock, clock in, you know. So, you know, this is what's flowing today. Can you release yourself from that? Can you truly release yourself from that, you know? Maybe you have a really important job that you love, and beautiful. I'm glad that there are people out there have that, you know. But anyway, time is up already. Cassie, I'm going to definitely do something for you over the next couple of days. in relation to mind bending. Blessed be.